היי, אני Rubin. אני נולדתי פה בארץ, was living here in Israel. I moved to America when I was about 3 years old. Grew up in a typical Israeli-American household, and I always longed to come back to Israel. And 1.5 years ago, I did that. I did Aliyah alone back to Israel. 3 years ago, you would have found me strolling on the streets of New York City. I was working for a cool, hipstery New York City startup. And it was over there that I found a problem that was emerging within a market. Teams and departments were planning many events, but they had a really hard time planning them. So just like that, I became the founder of WeCould. WeCould is an American startup that I created when I was 23 years old, and we help hundreds of companies have fun together by planning their corporate events and activities. Some of these activities are, I just realized I forgot my pointer. All right. So some of these activities are יומי כיף, יומי גיבוש, אירועים בתוך המשרד עצמם. So this is a picnic of a few girls having fun at Central Park. Here's a group having kayaking on the Hudson River. And here's a team ending their day with some yoga. All of our sepakim are qualified and tested by my team. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to ensure that companies are having the best time possible, even though I'm here in Israel. You might even be familiar with some of our clients, PwC, Macy's, for any of you shoppers, Move It, Booking.com. So I created WeCould with an idea to inspire happiness at work. When I first began WeCould, I had no one to consult with. Everything that I learned was through personal experiences, and I made a ton of mistakes along the way. So when I was given the wonderful opportunity to speak here today, I really wanted to share with you those secrets that I learned over the past few years, those practical tips that I would have paid money to hear when I first started my journey. These secrets will hopefully no longer be secret after today. So without further schmoozing, let's get started with secret number 1. Always pilot your ideas. What does that mean? To pilot means to test out. You want to make sure that whatever you're supplying in your idea actually has demand for it. So in that case, if you have a bakery, right, and you want to open up a successful bakery here in Israel, you would want to actually create a few cakes and make sure that people taste it. If anybody has any funny faces on their face, that means you have to go back to your recipes and try again. Same thing with jewelry. If you want to open up a jewelry company, you're going to have to put some jewelry out there in the world. You have to use your senses, make sure your clients are actually seeing something. But WeCould isn't something you can actually physically put in your palm of your hand. It's a service, it's an idea. So I didn't know how I was actually going to show my idea to the world and make it feel real. So that was one of my first biggest challenges. I realized that for ideas that you can't actually physically hold, you need to create a website for it. The problem was I didn't know how to code. I didn't have any money. So I ended up turning to a company called Wix. Wix helps, and I'm not affiliated with them, by the way. Wix is a platform that helps everyday people like me and you put together websites within a couple of hours. Even my mom has built a Wix site by herself. By the way, she flew from America here to Israel to see me today. I won't embarrass her, but she's over there. So back to my story. So for less than $10 a month and a couple of hours of work, the first version of WeCould was done. And now, what did I have left to do? When you have an idea, you need to speak to people about it. Don't be one of those people that says, I have a wonderful idea, but it's a secret. You have to get people's feedback. Otherwise, you'll never know what people really feel about your idea. So that was my first step. I knew that I needed to go to speak with people. And one of the most important people that you need to speak with is not your family and it's not your colleagues. It's potential clients that you don't know that would be relevant for your idea. So I wanted to share with you a real email template. It's the best email template that I use on potential clients that I think would find WeCould genuinely helpful. I'm going to read it out loud. Oops. All right. By the way, Galit is a stranger for me, so keep that in mind. Hey Galit, I saw on LinkedIn that you were the CFO, Chief Fun Officer, at your company. So I thought you would be interested in bringing some happiness to your team through activities like spicing up your weekday with some wasabi and sushi rolling, learning how to graffiti on a real wall in Brooklyn, doing group yoga at Central Park. We've compiled 3,000 of the most awesome activities in New York City for teams, all with a best price guarantee, so each experience is customized to your team's unique personality and budget. Can we talk tomorrow or Wednesday at 3 p.m. to learn more about your team/culture? Cheers. So there are 3 important things that I want to bring out about this email template. One of them is notice how in the beginning portion, you want to keep everything light, unique, and friendly. Leave the sales talk out of your emails or else it will go straight to trash. The second thing that I want to point out is that you want to bold or bring out the major value points of your business. So in this case, I wrote a best price guarantee or customization. And the third tip is that you want to use a specific day and time. This surprises a lot of people because they think it's a pretty aggressive approach, but after analyzing thousands of emails, I found that potential clients convert to meetings better when they're given specific days and times. And that's because you want to actually make sure that it's easier for your people, your potential clients, to schedule meetings with you. All right, so important tip, now I forget, is you want to make sure that everything you put out to your potential clients looks nice and professional. If it doesn't look nice and professional, it isn't nice and professional. And if you get stuck on how to pilot your ideas, email me. I am available to help you. I want to make sure that you succeed. Secret number 2, be human. Some businesses are B2B, business to business. Other businesses are B2C, business to consumer. But all businesses are H to H, human to human. The human aspect is the most important part of your business. You want to have that human element in everything that you do. And the first thing that I want you to be human is in your emails. I want to also share with you the best email template that I use that is for clients that go missing. And go missing means those clients you've actually established a relationship with, and all of a sudden they stop answering your emails, they stop answering your phone calls. I'm also going to read this one out loud. All right. Hey, Sarah. Hope all is well. Tried calling you now, but having no luck reaching you. Sad face. Are you still interested in booking a team event? Either way of your decision, it would be great to hear an update. Looking forward to hearing from you. So there's a few things that I want to mention from here. One is that I send this to every single client, copy, paste. 95% of clients that I send this email to respond back with an answer. And it's okay that some of them write back that they're no longer interested. The point of this email is to figure out where they're at in their decision cycle. And yes, I add the GIF of the dog in there, because notice how light and friendly it makes the email sound. And that brings me to my second point. You want to make sure that your customer service is human too. All businesses make mistakes. It's not about the mistakes you make, it's about how you handle those mistakes, and that's what turns a customer to be either loyal or not loyal. WeCould has an incredible rebooking rate of over 85%, and that's because we really care. We care, and we care about our clients' happiness, and that's the way you should see your customers too. And the third way you should be human is in your content. On your website, in your marketing material, speak in the same tone of voice as your customer. Secret number 3, get frickin' paid. There is some weird trend with startups that I never understood, and that's the concept of not being paid. You want to make sure you get paid for everything that you do. And until somebody doesn't take $1 out of their pocket and hands it to you, you'll never know if your business is truly successful or not. I cannot express to you how many times people told me my idea of WeCould was silly. I've even been told it's a woman type of startup, which I don't even know what that means. But regardless of every insult and every comment, We Could Do made money from day one. And every time a client paid me for what it is that we're doing, I believed that what we were doing was something worthwhile. And that's the same thing that you guys should be thinking of. If your clients are paying you, you'll believe more in yourself, and you'll believe more in your idea. Secret number 4, connect with people. It's important for today. Nothing is more important than the connections we make. When I came from America to Israel, I left all my business connections back in America. I came here without one business connection. So believe me when I tell you that I work hard every single day in making these connections happen. Nobody ran up to me on the streets. I worked hard alongside all the other work that I had to make these connections. And that's my homework for you today, is I want to make sure that you write a list of 10 people here in Israel that you think are awesome, talented, inspiring, and I want you to write an email and connect with them. Say yes. I'm going to say it again. Say yes. When a client gives you a project you don't think you can handle, say yes. I never thought that I would be able to handle events for 300 people in New York City while I'm here in Israel until the day that I just said yes. And today I know that we can do it, and we can do it successfully. When I was given the opportunity to speak in front of 1,000 people today, it was very easy to want to just say no. And that's also a challenge for you. The next time somebody asks you to speak in front of 1,000 people, say yes, even though you're terrified of speaking in public. And for my final secret, before I get off this stage, I want you to take a look at all the beautiful women that sit beside you. Come on, take a look. All right, I'm going to hold us all accountable, achraim, for my last and final secret. No matter who you are, what industry you're from, how old you are, we're all going to keep on learning. Always assume that you don't know the answer. Always keep an open mind. Ask questions. Go to meetups. Watch online courses. Follow blogs and forums that are relevantim. Go to conferences. Starting a business or startup is not an easy journey. But by taking the steps every single day to make sure you continue to grow and develop your skills, it does make the journey a whole lot easier. So to recap, always pilot your ideas, be human, get paid, connect with people, say yes, and keep on learning. Toda rabba.